If you are a coach or somebody with a unique message that you want to get out there into the world and you want to stream to both YouTube and Facebook, I created this video especially for you. Now, I created this video because I'm not tech inclined and I had the idea to do this. And I wanted to have somebody to take my hand and walk me through this is what you do first and this is what you do second. And I literally, through my mentors, through my peers online, could not find this video or this person to help me. And so I spent so many hours researching and studying. I'm actually embarrassed to say how long it took me to figure it out. So I'm creating this video to help you out so you don't have to go through as much time and energy as I went through. And of course, in this video, I'll be sharing with you which platforms I decided to go with. So first, you want to figure out what is your reason for live streaming? Do you have a unique message that you think more people out there in the world need to know? If so, then get out there on more than one channel. I suggest that you try out streaming to just one channel and see how you like it. Some people, like me, love the thrill of being on the spot, live, the cameras are rolling, and you have no idea who's watching you. Other people, it's too much pressure for, and they prefer a pre-recorded video that you're going to put out there when you're ready, or maybe you're just live streaming to a small group of people, like maybe your personal Facebook group, and that's fine. And for that regards, you would just want one platform. Okay, first things first. There's just a few super techie things that you must know. So let's just get those out of the way so that we can have some fun, okay? The first thing you have to know that if you're streaming to more than one channel like Periscope or Facebook or YouTube, you must have a multi-streaming device. And you might be wondering, why is this? The reason is because if you're working out of your home and you have the standard internet service, your upload speed won't be strong enough to stream to more than one channel. You have a huge chance of the connection dropping. Your internet speed is really only powerful enough to power one channel like YouTube or Facebook. If you were streaming to more than one from your computer, it would require twice as much internet speed, and twice as much bit rate is what they call it. And most people's normal internet is not capable of handling that much output. However, when you utilize these cloud storage systems, they take the extra work off of your computer, so it's equivalent to only streaming to one platform, even though you could stream to as many platforms as you want, 2, 3, 4, or 5 platforms. It doesn't change how much work your actual computer is doing. To stream HD videos, you will need a high upload speed. You could go to speedtest.net to do this for free. The minimum is 4 Mbps, but ideally you want to have above 10 Mbps. Now you'll get two numbers, one's the download and one's the upload speed. But the only thing you need to concern yourself with is the upload speed. And just as a side note, YouTube requires slightly higher upload speed than Facebook. Simulcasting is the name for streaming to multiple destinations all at once. Some popular names are Restream, Switchboard, Caster.io, and I'm sure there's many, many more. And then you'll also need to purchase what's known as an encoder or a live streaming service. I like to think of this as the screen which your audience is actually going to see. And they've all got really amazing features, and I'm going to be talking about them here coming up. But these are some of the more common ones. So in a nutshell, through the encoder is where you get all of the details, the actual video, and all of the highlights, the animations, and then it goes into the cloud multi-streaming service. And it takes the information and it streams it out to YouTube, Facebook, or wherever else you want. So these are the steps you need to go through to have a powerful and effective live stream. So first I tried out Caster.io because it was recommended on one of the YouTube videos that I watched. And they do have a 14-day free trial, which was great. Now, another big blip that I had with them is I had one simple question. And my question was, how do I stream to a pre-scheduled YouTube event and an unscheduled Facebook Live at the same time? I thought, well, everybody's doing this, right? This is like preliminary question. And I actually spent over 2 hours in a chat conversation with 2 different people to actually get this information I needed. And in the end, after all that frustration, my end conclusion was this site is more geared towards gaming because they actually were unable to really answer that question. And then I also went to the pricing, and at first I was really amazed by the pricing. I thought, oh wow, only $9.99 to stream, but then it turned out that I actually needed the $14.99 service, which basically ended up being slightly more expensive than the option I went with. Caster.io does have a 14-day free trial and a good customer service, minus my one hiccup though. Yet one other thing to keep in mind when you're doing the free trial is the Caster.io watermark does stay on. Secondly, I explored OBS. Now OBS is something that's a lot of people are using, and the reason a lot of people are using it is because it's free and it's very high-tech. It's got lots of functionality. However, because it's free, that also means that you have no to very limited customer support. There's plenty of step-by-step tutorials out there on YouTube on how to set it up and how to use it, but really by the time I was done watching just a few of them, I had brain overload. And to me, time is money, and the amount of time it was actually taking me just to learn the basics was money in the hat for me. So if you are musically or tech inclined, OBS is probably the best option for you. And you know, another thing, keep in mind, you could always try out one of these services for a month and then switch on to the free option, because I find that actually the functionality is actually very, very similar between the different platforms. Okay, and then that brings me to Restream. Initially, I tried Restream as it's one of the most popular cloud multi-streaming services out there. And they have a 3-day free trial. Yet me being not very tech inclined, I was unable to actually get it going within the 3 days. Mind you, all of these video services are extremely confusing in the beginning, so my advice to you is stay calm and you will get through the beginning setup part. Yet Restream 2 has very good chat customer service, and they walked me through step by step the process for where to find my RTMP number and some other things that I needed to actually get it going, and how to link it to all your services. When you link it to services like YouTube or Facebook, you actually need to link it on both ends. You have to link it on Facebook and YouTube as well. When we go to the pricing for Restream, it basically was just $1 higher than the Caster.io, and they did have a sale running, and so all in all, it ended up being cheaper. I will include my affiliate link down below in the description, so feel free to just click on that and go ahead and get started, and never be shy to ask if they have any running discounts. And of course, signing up yearly, you get 17% off. Yearly is always cheaper. The main thing I didn't like about Restream is they leave a watermark on your videos. So basically after you record, and you have to wait maybe 30 seconds or 1 minute after, you could go and you could literally just edit out this Restream. And so you could put whatever you want there in the description, but you have to do that after you're done with the streaming. If you go to the professional plan, then of course you will not have the watermark, but to me that's a big jump from the standard to the professional. In the next video, I will talk you through how to actually set up the Restream and connect it to your video. Yet for right now, let's just start with the basics. So Restream got my business. Okay, so now let's talk about the encoder options. So at first, when I heard that Zoom did live streaming, I was all over that. So next, I'm going to talk about the encoder options. Being a coach, I'm very familiar with Zoom. So when I heard that Zoom did multi-streaming and live streaming, I was like, yes! Answer solved. I'm so excited. And so I hopped right onto Zoom and I got everything set up to do my next live stream, and I connected it to YouTube, and I did one through Restream on YouTube and Facebook. However, the deal breaker for me was that Zoom kept their logo on the bottom of my video screen. I prefer to have my own logo on the bottom of my screen. So in order to live stream, you need to be on the Pro plan for $14.99. And I thought, oh, that's not so bad because I'll use Zoom for other things, coaching meetings and stuff. However, when I realized that the Zoom logo was going to be at the bottom of every video, I realized I needed to upgrade. So I thought, okay, I could throw in $5 more for the $19.99 plan. However, I found it very deceiving that it's not $19.99. It's actually $199 that they charge you because it says starting at 10 hosts for $199. I found that actually a little bit deceitful in the marketing and really unclear. So I was all set to go ahead and throw in $5 more, upgrade my plan before my next live stream. That actually is the price, $199.99 to actually get their watermark removed. So sorry, Zoom, you just lost my business. However, I do use Zoom and I probably will go back on the Pro plan very soon because I'm teaching workshops. And for coaching purposes and teaching workshops online, I find it top line. I'll give you an example here. So here's one of my Facebook events and it says pre-registration required at this Zoom link. So you click on this Zoom link and this is what the platform looks like when you open it. Once they enter their email and their information, it will send them the direct link for where to go to attend the actual Zoom class. And also, it keeps a running record of all the people who signed up. So you have their email addresses and you could communicate and remind them about your upcoming workshop. Okay, so then I realized I need to find a different encoding service. I heard about BeLive because I know a lot of other coaches are using it. So I went to check it out. I did play around with it a little bit. It looked very similar to the option I actually went with. But then when I did a price comparison, it was a little bit more expensive than the option I went with. And of course, I'll be sharing with you very soon the option I went with. In fact, how about now? So the option I actually chose was Ecamm Live. So Ecamm Live lets you do all sorts of really cool things, such as you could add your logo and delete it really easily. You could add comments. This is a comment from my previous live stream that I did. And then you could delete it really easily. It's basically the world is your oasis of what you could do. You could do green screen, change the backdrop. You could add some music. And how about the pricing? Okay, so for the pricing, I went with the $12 a month option and I first did it for 1 month and then I decided to take the plunge and get the 20% off and do it yearly. So really, I found Ecamm Live very user-friendly, easy to use, lots of tutorials. I mean, some of them I did have to watch like 5 or 6 times, but I got it down and it took me only really 1 week to learn how to use the service. There's a few extra glitches such as how the chat works, and I'll just share some of the mistakes I made. The chat communication for you to send a chat out is through your Restream or through your multi-cloud storage. That's where you send the chat out. You could get incoming chat through Facebook, through YouTube, through Periscope, and that will all come on your chat here. However, you just can't write a chat on Ecamm Live. I actually found that super confusing, and all the tutorials, like, took forever for me to understand that. So I eliminated Switchboard, which is another encoding service because the price was $35 on that. And I eliminated a few others for either the pricing reason or I felt they catered more to gaming, but you could go ahead and do your research, or you could just take the easy route and trust me, then just simply go to Restream and go to Ecamm. Oh, and my affiliate link for both of them is down below, and don't be afraid to ask for a discount. Use that code and ask for a discount. So there you have it. Ecamm Live and Restream are my 2 winners. And in my next video, I'm going to teach you step-by-step how to set up a live video and how to actually use the different functionality and the features and to make an amazing live stream. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe, please send some love my way because what comes around goes around. That means a lot to people like me. So I'm so excited for you to get your message out there. And I can't wait to see what you're going to create. Feel free to write in the comments any questions you have, and I check my YouTube comments very frequently.